Happy New Year! Today marks the second Sunday after Christmas and the first Sunday of 2021. Before I begin, I would like to announce that as of January 1st, 2021, in addition to serving as Diocesan Bishop of California, I have accepted a new role as Suffragan Bishop of North America. In terms perhaps more readily understood by most folks, if you were to think of our matriarch, Archbishop Dr. Christine Johnson, as our president, then I just became the vice president of the Worldwide Anglican Church in North America. A wonderfully great honor and a responsibility that I take with both solemnity and joy. So again, thank you, matriarch, and thank you to everyone in the Worldwide Anglican Church in North America for entrusting me again with this great honor and great responsibility. This year, on September 2nd, 2021, we, the Worldwide Anglican Church, will celebrate our first 100 years. In an attempt to start the year off right, I want to use this 2021 New Year's address as an opportunity to outline this year's diocesan initiatives in preparation for our centenary, as well as in the days and months afterward. It should come as no surprise to those familiar with my preaching and Episcopal ministry that I want to ground our church's actions in the gospel. As a bishop, I want to ensure that the faith of our people is, as the Apostle James might call it, a living faith. Historically, the church has based its works of mercy on our gospel reading from Matthew chapter 25, verses 31 through 46, with the Roman Catholic Church later adding the burial of the dead as a seventh work of mercy. The Roman Catholic addition notwithstanding, on behalf of the Free Anglican Diocese of California, Worldwide Anglican Church, I would like to announce our 6 diocesan initiatives for 2021. These 6 initiatives are in direct correlation and obedience to Christ's imperative to us from the aforementioned gospel reading. 1. Jesus calls us to feed the hungry. In response, we will be partnering with Feeding America and local food banks to collect food, distribute, and deliver a record number of meals to hungry individuals and families hurting from the loss of a primary income provider due to police violence or the economic devastation of COVID-19. 2. Jesus calls us to give drink to the thirsty. In response, we will be partnering with the National Drinking Water Alliance to raise awareness about the benefits of drinking water and promote the increase of water consumption. But since faith without works is dead and words can't quench a thirsty tongue, we will be donating a record number of bottled water to those who need it most. 3. Jesus calls us to welcome the stranger, to shelter the homeless. In response, we will be partnering with the National Coalition for the Homeless to serve a record number of hours volunteering in homeless shelters and the many other local nonprofit organizations who seek to serve the working poor and our neighbors who suffer from a lack of affordable housing. 4. Jesus calls us to clothe the naked. In response, we will donate and distribute a record number of clothing articles to those who cannot afford them. We will do this in part by partnering with the social enterprise Bombas, a clothing company that donates 1 pair of socks for every 1 pair sold. 5. Jesus calls us to care for the sick. In response, we will remember that not all sickness is of the body, but many afflictions are of the mind. We will be partnering with the National Alliance on Mental Illness to obtain signatures for a record number of pledges in commitment to mental health and ending the stigma too often tied to mental illness. Finally, Jesus calls us to visit the prisoner. In response, we recognize that the traditional challenges of visiting inmates and the contemporary restrictions of COVID-19 severely limit the large-scale practice of prison visitation and correctional ministry. However, there are 3 things that we can still do in 2021. First, we can contact the nearest correctional facility and ask directly about ways to help, including policies, procedures, and contact information for the appropriate staff members who oversee prisoner visitation. Second, even if we can't go visit a prisoner ourselves, we can pray for individuals and family members and donate to organizations that do serve in this vital capacity. Organizations such as Prison Fellowship or their annual Angel Tree Christmas program for the children of families affected by mass incarceration. Third, you can pray for prison chaplains, or you can even become certified as a prison chaplain yourself. If you would like to explore a call to prison chaplaincy or the many other types of chaplaincy available to our Christian clergy, you can contact the International Federation of Christian Chaplains, endorsed by our own matriarch, the Most Reverend Dr. Christine Johnson. In 2021, we will train and certify a record number of chaplains for prison visitation and the ministry of presence. Feed the hungry, give water to the thirsty, serve the homeless and the working poor, clothe the naked feet, care for the mentally ill, visit those in prison, and serve their families on the outside. These are the 6 diocesan initiatives of 2021 for the Free Anglican Diocese of California, Worldwide Anglican Church. As the Suffragan Bishop of North America for our ecclesiastical province, I hope that the example of our diocese will inspire and ignite clergy and parishioners across America to take up these 6 initiatives for themselves, in obedience to Christ's imperative, which comes with both peril and promise. Truly, I tell you, just as you did it to one of the least of these, who are members of my family, you did it to me. Then he, that is Christ, will say to those at his left hand, you that are accursed, depart from me into the eternal fire prepared for the devil and his angels. For I was hungry, and you gave me no food. I was thirsty, and you gave me nothing to drink. I was a stranger, and you did not welcome me. Naked, and you did not give me clothing. Sick and in prison, and you did not visit me. The 2021 presidential election was won by a candidate who ran on one single idea. It's an idea found in Revelation 22, verse 2. The healing of the nations. This nation and our global community of nations has been wounded by COVID-19. This nation has been grievously wounded by police violence and the ongoing state-sanctioned genocide of the African American community. This nation needs healing. Our economy needs healing. Our sons and our daughters need healing. The very soul of our democracy needs healing. In his words and in our initiatives, Christ declares 2021 is a time to heal. Amen.